Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry we're running late. State Treasurer Falwell, just want to welcome everybody to the Ask Me Anything phone call. We'll take any question you have on any topic. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And in our press release, we talked about OSHR trying to design a platform that in contracting with the University of North Carolina system to remove themselves from the platform that we've worked so diligently on for the last 7 years. And that is when we first started my administration, it took 28 clicks to get through open enrollment. It was very confusing. People were not getting their smoking attestations done properly. It resulted in people being overcharged. And we've now been successful in getting that down to 9 clicks so that it's more user-friendly, especially for all of our customers who teach, protect, and serve, and not only have lives of their own, but the last thing they need is complication as far as open enrollment is concerned. This is especially concerning to us because we had no knowledge that this was going on as far as OSHR and these plans. And just to clarify, the flexible spending plans are not run by the Treasurer's Office. That includes for active employees, child care credit, pre-tax, vision, dental, some forms of life insurance, disability insurance. These are all programs that are run by the governor's office through Barbara Gibson and OSHR. We only run at the treasurer's office. The pension, the 401, the 457, and the health plan and the health benefits for the retirees, and the dental and vision just for the retirees over the age of 65. So this is very concerning. And my main point of saying all this is with all the problems going on in state government right now, I don't know what problem they're trying to solve because it's been working smoothly. And even from UNC Healthcare specifically, I have emails dating back for the last 3 or 4 years about how appreciative they are at the effort that we've put into simplifying and this process of open enrollment. With that, I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Ray, are you there?
He was moving a while ago. Where's Brent?
Ray, can you hear, or Luciana? Luciana's raising her hand.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hi, Treasurer. I just have a question. In the press release, you mentioned this would affect the Blue Cross transition to Aetna. Can you speak a bit on that?
Be glad to. Yeah. Luciana, I'll make this, I don't want to make it quick. I just want to make it thorough. The body of the state health plan is not changing. That body is made up of the board of trustees of the state health plan. Still continues to be appointed by the governor, the speaker pro tem, the president pro tem, and myself. The body is not changing. The engine is not changing. The engine is how we get our money, and we get it from the employers and from the employees themselves, like myself, that I pay a premium, spousal premium. What we're changing is the transmission. The transmission has been provided to us for 43 years by Blue Cross and Blue Shield. So they have had this business for nearly over 43 years. And this transitioning into Aetna starting 1/1/25 on top of this OSHR trying to divorce itself from the state health plan to confuse people and to create chaos for our public service workers is just not necessary. And no one has yet been able to tell us what problem it is they're trying to solve.
Got it. Thank you.
Follow up, Luciana?
Well, I guess since it seems potentially Ray is frozen and such, I don't really have much knowledge on this OSHR transition. I hadn't heard of it prior to the press release. So who is the current contractor, and do you have any insight to share on why if any there were issues with that contractor or any sort of information,
We have been pretty much stiff-armed about trying to get information about who the contractor is. And these are not your words, Luciana, these are mine. I think at the end of the day, anytime somebody's trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist, you got to follow the money. And, there have been issues with OSHR for, years about things that are going on at OSHR. As I said earlier, we have no idea what problem they're trying to solve. Our platform is Benefit Focus. Before I became the state treasurer, there was one vendor who had responsibility for open enrollment. It's a very complicated thing. We had nearly 1 out of 10 adult North Carolinians that are on the pension plan and 750,000 people on the state health plan. Open enrollment is a very difficult process. And what we've done is we've worked to try to consolidate it and make it simpler for our users. And from everything that we hear and what I hear when I'm out on the street is people are so appreciative of how simple it now is to open enroll in the state health plan and get their child care pre-tax taken out, their dental, their flexible spending account, which allows them to take out money pre-tax. People are very appreciative of how simple we've made this process. And I don't know what drove OSHR to do this, but I suspect that if you just follow the money, you'll get to the right answer.
Thank you. And I guess one quick follow-up. When did your office learn about this transition? And in the press release, it's also mentioned that they were legally required to notify the state health plan. So I guess, can you speak a bit on that requirement and if you're aware of them kind of skipping any other sort of steps they should have taken?
We have a very flat organizational structure here, and I first learned about this about 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay,
And
thank you.
We heard about it from third parties.
This is Sam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We did not hear about it from OSHR. We heard about it from a third party. Multiple third parties.
We have documents and email.
Yeah. We heard about it. We heard about it from multiple third parties who were calling us and said, "What's this all about?" And we had not heard about it at all until we heard from these multiple third parties who were deeply concerned about this transition as we are.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And it's my understanding they're trying to do this mid-year. The state health plan, in case they're not knowledgeable about this, is on a calendar year. Luciana, your tax return is on a calendar year. We worked really hard to get things synchronized on a calendar year, and now they're trying to make this transition in the middle of the year, before we go out with our new third-party administrator with Aetna on January 1st.
Okay.
And Luciana, I don't know what the benefit program looks like where you work anymore, but all your flex stuff's on the calendar year.
Yeah.
I mean, and so when you made a comment a few moments ago that you're not, as up to speed about this as you are some subjects, just think about your own personal open enrollment. And our state employees are really no different than you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I do things most November-ish. So.
Yeah, but November for a calendar year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. We're the same way because of the size of our plan. We're normally October, but all the benefits are for a calendar year. So if you're taking money out of your paycheck to pay for childcare on a pre-tax basis, that's for a calendar year, January to December, as well
Got
as the dental, as well as the vision, as well as all those other programs. Okay. Next question.
Ray, do you got something? Are you raising your hand?
He and I were talking a while ago. His mouth was moving.
So.
Anybody else raise their hand?
Victor, Victor, do you got a question?
Ray, we don't know if you can hear us. We can't hear you, but we'll be glad to do a follow-up phone call. Yeah, but he was moving his hands in his earlier before y'all walked in here.
Can you all still?
Any other question? Hey, Ray.
Oh, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Because I don't think I changed anything. Okay, so this whole business with the changes that are happening to open enrollment here, is this motivated? I mean, is this motivated by the change of the overall state health plan to Aetna? Is it related to ECU and UNC Health splitting off? Do we have any insight as to what the impetus is?
We have no insight about how this quote jumped up on the table. We had no notification that this was actually happening. We only heard from some of our customers who were getting notification that it was happening. That is when we first learned of it. And, you know, as far as the transition to Aetna, as far as UNC and ECU trying to divorce themselves from the state health plan and the state pension plan, I think that, Ray, that your eyes are seeing what you see and your ears are hearing what you are hearing about this, and your instincts are to keep digging. Your instincts are accurate to keep digging to see what the basis of all this is. But once again, when it comes to the employee benefits, you know, why would you try to torpedo the open enrollment process, which is always a very complicated process, because we have many of our state employees who are married and who have families, and many of their spouses have health insurance options, and they try to make the best decision on their behalf about where to put the spouse or where to put the children and as on these plans. And, you know, to create chaos and to do so in such a secretive way is something that Barbara Gibson and the direct OSHR itself and even Governor Cooper needs to answer for. The governor runs Office of State Human Resources. The governor is responsible for being the CEO of the largest group of employees in the state of North Carolina. And to create chaos along these lines is unacceptable if you have any interest in public service workers or customer service.
Ray, you got some follow-up?
Not at the moment. This is going to take some more research, I think.
Yeah, as the treasurer said, you know, we're more than welcome to, once you're able to get your head around it, because it is complicated to set up another interview if you'd like, and that goes for anybody else on this call.
Right.
And Ray, I don't know if you heard what I said, Luciana, doing this mid-year
Mhm.
is even more complicating because we have worked hard for 15 years to get the state health plan on a calendar year. So that your flexible spending accounts and your tax returns and all the other things that you do in your life regarding employee benefits are all synchronized on a calendar year. And this will highly complicate this. And we're not going to take responsibility for messing something up that wasn't broken to start with.
AP, you got a question? AP Dillon.
Good morning, Treasurer. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Quick question here about this. You said you got no notification of this. Is that statutorily a problem, or legally a problem? Can you expand a little bit on why this should have been, you should have been told?
We have a contract with them
Yeah.
to run this program together, and so they need to communicate to us when they're changing the terms of the program, which they have not done.
Yeah. We have a contract with OSHR regarding jointly running these services, and that contract would prohibit them from unilaterally or surreptitiously. Okay, I'm a stutterer, so that's not a word I want to use. Trying to do a mid-year transition of this enrollment to this company that I've never heard of. So, as I said earlier, I think that at the end of the day, you need to follow the money. Something I did not tell Ray, did not tell Luciana, which I need to tell you. Before I became the state treasurer, the enrolling agent, in our case is Benefit Focus. I believe that, yes, that's correct. The previous state treasurer had chosen through an RFP process to have an open enrolling agent. And it was a meltdown. And even after going through a year or so of analysis and putting this thing out for bid at a snap of a finger so that people could actually get the benefits they deserve, we had to go back to the company they left. That is the chaos that we have seen inside the state health plan with the open enrollment process, even before I got here. And I cannot believe that Barbara Gibson and OSHR is not aware of the meltdown that occurred, before I was even the state treasurer regarding this issue.
To request confidentiality agreements
Yeah.
with agencies to avoid having the other agencies tell us.
Yeah. And you can inquire about this, but it's reported that they even went all the way to the extent of asking some of these other agencies to sign non-disclosure agreements so that we would not be aware of this. Just more secrecy.
AP, you got some follow-up?
Nope, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Victor, you got any questions you need to ask?
I think they answered most of the questions that I had.
Okay, as I said before, any of you all, as you get into this, want to do follow-ups, just reach out to me. If anybody else has a question, please raise your hand.
If not,
Ray's got another one.
Ray, go ahead.
Unmute, Ray.
NC Flex covers what exactly?
Let me try to do it by memory by just thinking about myself. Okay. Number one, it covers if you have children that are daycare. It allows, we can send you the whole sheet. If you have children in daycare, it allows you to take money out pre-tax, I think up to $5,000, so that you can pay for your daycare on a pre-tax basis. So let's start at the top. Then it covers vision. Then it covers dental. And then you have just a general flexible spending account where you can put money aside for pre-tax purposes to pay the deductibles and other expenses that you were not anticipating during the year. And this is a flexible spending account, which is a dinosaur. It's use it or lose it type of flexible spending account. It has additional, it has the ability to buy additional life insurance coverages. It has the ability to buy cancer coverages. It has the ability to buy something which I still don't understand, voluntary accidental death and dismemberment. I don't know why anyone would have a voluntary accidental death and dismemberment, but that's what the page says. So what we will do, Ray, is we will send you the flexible spending one pager that all of us get as state employees, and you can see all this, the menu at the buffet of what we call the flexible spending program. But it is not run by the treasurer's office.
Okay.
Ray, you got a follow up on that?
Not at
Yeah,
the
can I
moment.
get that one pager too?
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Does anyone,
I would add to your question, Ray. This is particularly serious for our lower income employees. You know, proportionally, they have to, especially in this inflationary time, they have to watch the pennies and the paper clips closer than anyone else. And I will tell you that, you know, as they're trying, as the cost of childcare is skyrocketing in the urban areas of our state where our state employees are, you know, it's costing in some instances $15,000 a child to get daycare all year long. But this flexible spending program by IRS rules only allows you to deduct $5,000. So, and when you have a program of use it or lose it, and you thought you were going to have dental expenses next year or other types of deductibles, you know, you could be anticipating having a knee replacement. This is especially important that we make this as seamless as possible, as easy as possible, especially for our low income individuals who do not have the financial margin of safety that other state employees might have.
does anybody else have any more questions for Treasurer Falwell?
If not, you know, normally we have a council of state this morning, but that was canceled. And then we always have Ask Me Anything. And then the local government commission is meeting this afternoon. So any of you who would like any information about what's on the agenda at the LGC, I believe we're going to have a turnpike, the turnpike authorities, well, obviously they're on the agenda, but they're also going to give a presentation. And the news that came out today is that the turnpike bonds that I suspect will be approved this afternoon at the local government commission, those turnpike bonds just got an upgrade from one of the rating agencies. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for joining us. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.